Skills on the platform, back at you with another read, and this is going to be for the sign of Gemini. Gemini, this is your south, this is your north node, sun, moon, Venus, rising, weekly read for the week of January 31st through February 6th of 2022. And this is for Gemini. Also, Gemini, this is your 3-card spread, past, present, and future. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. That way you can receive future weekly reads like this on a weekly basis. Okay? Typically, these reads are done on Sunday night, and they actually air on Monday at midnight. All right, somewhere around midnight, sometimes 1, 2 in the morning. Okay, but it'll air for the week on that Monday early, so everybody can get their reads early. Okay, and this is once again for the sign of Gemini, past, present, and future spread. And today is January 30th of 2022. And let's go ahead and get your read underway for your week for the signs of Gemini. All right, Gemini. Okay. Gemini. All right. Past, present, future. Okay, Gemini. Now, also, take it how it resonates. It doesn't apply to everyone. Okay, it may only apply to a few. All right. Now, for your past energy, Gemini is the 7 of Swords, the Lord of unstable effort. And for your present energy is the Lord of oppression. Okay. And then for your future energy, it's the Ace of Wands. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this for you for the sign of Gemini. Now, Gemini, the 7 of Swords. Okay. Seven of Swords for Gemini. Okay, Gemini, the 7 of Swords for your past energy. Now, the 7 of Swords speaks of the Lord of unstable efforts, right? So, from what I can see is, just to kind of elaborate a little bit on this, a Lord of unstable efforts. So it seems like the efforts that you've been putting in have been unstable in a sense. All right. Lord of unstable effort. The center upright sword is held by a hand at the bottom of the card. The swords are of different types and proportions, suggesting instability. The points of all 7 swords touch one another. The shortened 2 swords, not quite reaching all the way to the top. The rose of the previous card of this suit is pierced by the central sword. At the top of the card and in the disc at the bottom of the 2 large swords appear a quarter moon and the symbol for Aquarius. Moon in Aquarius, 20 degrees to 30 degrees. So Gemini, you possibly in the past were dealing with an Aquarius, past, present. Also, Aquarius may be even in your chart. Okay. Now, Moon in Aquarius, 20 degrees to 30 degrees. Angels, Michael and Hahiel, meaning partial success. So you've gained some partial success in the past. Okay. Maybe some type of business endeavor, something you have set up to be able to generate some type of income for you. Partial success. Also, yielding, right? to when victory is within grasp. So here's the thing, Gemini. It speaks of unstable effort, right? If you're setting up something, go all the way with it. That's what I would suggest. And that's the energy that you've been in the past. You do things, you generate some income, you get to a point and you just simply just kind of just stop. If you want to see that full success, you got to keep going. You can't stop. Just because you may get a little success and things get a little comfortable, then you feel like you can just relax and kick back. No. Put in that effort for a longer period of time so that way you can yield for a longer period of time, right? Then you can kick back and relax. For me personally, I would tend to, I'd go, hard for a solid year straight, and then with that gains from a year solid straight grind, I know I can afford to take maybe 2, maybe 3 months off, right? Because I've built enough to be able to do that. And that's the kind of, you don't necessarily have to take my advice, but that's what I would recommend. Get into that grind, stack it up as high as you can, and then kick back and enjoy a week or 2 off, because you earned it, clearly, right? Now, also, it speaks of yielding when victory is within grasp. I just went into details about that. Also, it speaks of love of abundance. So you love abundance, but you have to put in the work. Typically they say the regular 8 hours, that just simply covers your bills, right? Then you want to put in some extra hours. That's for you to be able to put something away for a rainy day. If you do that for a year straight and just, put in that work, just put your nose to the grindstone, you'll be able to kick back and enjoy a longer period of time, or maybe longer extended vacations, right? Okay. Also, love of abundance, fascinated by display, given to compliments. Okay. Sometimes, some people compliment you, it's just to get something out of you. So be careful of that. People just complimenting you because they know you can possibly, you're generous, you're kind. So they kind of take advantage of that, and they know how you are. So they'll try to ride off of that. So be careful of that. And then in the reverse, affronts, insolence, detect and spy on another, inclined to betray confidence, not always intentionally, right? Unreliable and argumentative. So those are the energies to look out for. Obviously, this is your past energy, so something that you may have displayed. All right, so just be careful of that, right? We want to be balanced. We don't want to be argumentative. Especially if it's not going to be any kind of benefit. If I'm not getting paid to argue, then why am I arguing? That's how I look at things, right? So this is your past energy, Gemini. Now going into your current energy, which is the 10 of Wands. Okay. Now, with the current energy of the 10 of Wands, right? Gemini, the 10 of Wands. Okay. The 10 of Wands speaks of oppression. So, either oppression that you have been through, something, maybe you're oppressing yourself, you're displaying oppression against others, right? Now, the 10 of Wands, the Lord of Oppression, 2 large upright wands are following by 8 crossed wands. In this card, the point of juncture are evenly spaced. Flames issue from the point of juncture. The 8 crossed wands contain arrows at the top and disc at the bottom. The 2 upright wands bear evenly spaced discs. And at the bottom are sickles representing Saturn. The symbols of Saturn and Sagittarius, so you may be dealing with a Sagittarius currently or from your past, which you're still dealing with now, okay? Also, both flames appear at the top and bottom of the card respectively. The card is the last decan of Sagittarius, ruled by Saturn. Thus, Saturn in Sagittarius, 20 degrees to 30 degrees. Angels, Rael, and Avamiel, meaning cruel and overbearing force. So, being in this energy of oppression, if you've displayed this towards others, obviously it'll come back to you. So you got to be careful of how you put your energy out to others, so that way you don't get that back in return, right? Because it speaks of overbearing force. excessive pressure. Maybe you've been pressured, or you're putting pressure on other people to do and perform certain ways. And if someone doesn't want to do anything, you can't really force them to do anything unless you just are an oppressor. Thus speaks of your energy. Your current energy for this week is being oppressive, right? Like I said, this may not apply to everyone, right? I'm going to just tell you what the cards say and what the energy speaks, and I'm just going to speak on the energy, right? This is something that can be changed at any time. It's not etched in stone, but nonetheless, this shows that your energy is oppressive, Gemini. Okay. Also, it speaks of selfish and material ends, right? So you're just focused on financing. Listen, when it's all said and done, people tend to honor and respect finances, right? But if people were not involved in that, you wouldn't be able to get anything. So you need to learn how to respect and honor people more, because those people are the ones that bring the finance. So when you honor and respect people more, then you don't have to really worry, because when it's all said and done, you're honoring and respecting the true asset, which is the person. Because the person who brings the assets, an asset can't bring itself, right? It takes people to go out there and do some work or accomplish something to be able to get those assets, to be able to provide, right? For you to be able to enjoy. Okay? So be careful of selfish and material ends only, looking at just for financial gains. Also, it speaks of in the reverse, be careful of your energy in yourself and others, lying, malice, slander, envy, obstinance, swiftness in evil, and subterfuge, right? So just be careful of being swift to evil, right? Because remember, what goes around comes around, right? You don't want to be in this oppressive energy. You might want to switch that up, put yourself in a more positive light, all right? So that's your current energy for this week. Gemini is the Lord of the Ten of Swords. That is your current energy. Now for your future energy, we have the Ace of Wands. Okay. Now the Ace of Wands. So you went from the Ten of Wands, so your future energy is the Ace of Wands. Now the Ace of Wands speaks of the Lord of the roots of the power of fire. All right, so it seems like you've changed your energy from the current. In the future, you've adjusted, right? Now, the Ace of Wands, the Lord of roots of power of fire, Kether, appear in Hebrew within the symbols of fire and the upper right. The angelic hand issues from the clouds, grasping a flaming club, heavy club. The whole is a flaming torch. Okay, so you're on fire for the future, right, Gemini? Meaning force, strength, rush, vigor, energy, and gains, right? So it seems like you've adjusted your energy from the oppressive energy and channel it more on the positive side, which, put that force into your work. Put that strength into your work, right? Put that force and strength into your business, right? If you have a business in place. Also, put that energy into generating and finding ways to generate additional sources of income, right? Also, you have gains coming for the future, right? So as I mentioned, put in that work, right, for a period of time. Then you go ahead and put something away, right? And then do that for an extended period of time, so that way if you want to kick back and relax, you have the means to do so. All right. Now also in the reverse, be careful of for the future is false starts, vexation, and cancellation. So you don't want to put yourself in a vexation spirit, because that vexation spirit could easily put you backwards into the oppressive energy and put you back into the unstable efforts. So it's like you take one step forward and then 3 steps back. You find yourself in a worse position than you was before. But for the most part, it seems like you're adjusting your energy, you're shifting it so that way you can get more, because this card speaks of gains, right? So continue to adjust that energy so that way you can find yourself in a better place in the future. But for the most part, it seems like you're going in the proper direction. We have to learn. At times we go from low to high, right? So you're starting off low for the week, but then you're adjusting your energy and you're getting higher and better. So as long as you keep focusing on positive side of things, it'll just work out for you, Gemini. All right. But that's your energy read for this week. Peace.